Girl, are you black enough? What I mean by that is women always pose the question either subconsciously or from their peers whether or not they're black enough. Whether it be their hair, the way they dress, their speech, colorism, or their upbringing. It just poses a question of what considers black girls black. You know what I mean? I even remember being the white girl in school because I chose to speak proper. I grew up in a rural community where everybody's talked in Ebonics and everybody spoke a certain way. And then there was me who chose to speak with the verbiage I was given in school. And I always got told I was the white girl. And that made me uncomfortable, that made me self-conscious, but I learned to work through it. And that was another moment where I wondered if I'm black enough. Like, what do I consider being black enough? And a lot of the times with my siblings, they were more darker than me. And they would ask, what are you mixed with? Especially when I decided to go natural and my curls started popping. People always wanted to know what was my nationality, what was I mixed with? Like it was this cool, wonderful thing to be exotic. Yes, I do have other ethnicities in me, but at the baseline, I am still black. The list goes on. You can talk about women's upbringings, how if you grew up in the hood, yeah, you were that black of the black of the black. But if you grew up in an uppity community, you got labeled as the white girl. But then again, you weren't white enough for the white girls because you were still black to them, but you weren't black enough for the black girls because you spoke a certain way. Your mom had money. Your mom drove a certain car. Your parents took you places that most black girls in rural communities couldn't go to. And then we get down to the baseline of colorism. If you sit me and my siblings, both on my mother's side and my father's side by side, you wouldn't think for face value that we were siblings. However, we all were related in some fashion of the manner. Although we all had different color textures, I feel like there was a certain unspoken demeanor that came with quote unquote light-skinned girls. Since I was lighter skinned, I must have had an attitude. I must have been this woman that just thought I was better than my sisters or whatever the case may have been, and that wasn't the case at all. I was very uncomfortable being the lighter skin of my family because they always would call you red bone or, light skin or, oh, she thinks she too pretty. When really I'm just trying to figure myself out. So it leads us back to the question, girl, are you black enough? And that question is a rhetorical one because regardless of your upbringing, the way you speak, the way you dress, and the hair that you choose to wear, whether it be natural, relaxed, a wig, or a box braids, at the baseline, every black girl has had that thought of whether or not I was black enough. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you are black enough.